in the instance where you meet a man and like Brian said, he's perfect, and the only imperfection you find is that he wants to settle down. He sees you as the mother of his children. He sees you as his wife, his long-term thing. And you see this for him as well, but the only thing is you just want to do a little eat, pray, love on the weekends and potentially be pursued by other young men. We're asking
No, if I'm in a relationship, I don't want to be pursued by other people.
No, I'm saying that you will be.
Oh, okay.
You'll be putting yourself in the situation. We're asking you, at what point do you abandon your preferences and your wants to honor and follow the obligations of the relationship?
I think compromise is key. I don't think it should be one way or the other. I think there should be a medium.
What you're saying.
But what is it for you, though? That's what Brian...
Well, like I said, I went out less. I would go out with him. Like when I was like involved with someone, I didn't go out as much. I would go out with him. I'd update him all the time. I'd text him frequently. But if like the end point is that you cannot go out at all, it probably wouldn't be the right person for me because I'm really social. I like to go out. And it's like I'm obviously not doing anything. I'm not intimate with a ton of people. I'm not drinking. So I just don't really think it's my problem. Yeah.
Here, I got a question. Or Jim Bob, did you have a follow-up or?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So if we're looking at the perfect guy.
Okay.
So this perfect guy, he could, whatever that perfect guy looks like to you, at least from my perspective, having had quite a bit of dating experience, finding somebody who's compatible and who's remarkable, who's exceptional. I mean, perfect goes even beyond exceptional and remarkable, is exceedingly rare. It's exceptionally rare. In fact, perfect doesn't even exist. So I would make all sorts of, I guess, I don't know if sacrifices is the right word. I would make maybe concessions even. I would make plentiful concessions and sacrifices for the perfect woman. But like, okay, hold on. I don't go out to bars and clubs. You're not willing to make that trade-off to me? I mean, hey, that's you.
I guess I'm seeing it as like, you're saying this is my perfect person, and I think my perfect person would be okay with that.
But
does the perfect person make you stop doing everything you need to do in your life?
Okay, do you like ice cream?
Yeah, I like ice cream.
Okay, question. For the perfect guy, you could never, it's not something that the guy is imposing upon you. In the hypothetical scenario, you are delivered the perfect guy on a silver platter. But in order to do that, you have to grant to the universe that you won't participate in certain behaviors. Would you give up eating ice cream for the perfect guy?
I mean, I don't think I should have to live my life around someone else, even if there's
I just granted.
I know, but even if they're the perfect person for me, they're not.
But the perfect guy, he's not imposing this through his will on you. The universe is saying, "I'm giving you a trade."
Doesn't even make sense.
So it's not. It's a hypothetical. Of course, it makes sense. So the universe is presenting to you a scenario. Here's a perfect guy, but you can no longer eat ice cream.
Okay.
So he's not the one who's enforcing.
Does he let her go out?
Huh?
Is he the perfect guy? Does he let her go out?
Well, first answer the ice cream one.
I probably wouldn't want to give up ice cream. I really like ice cream.
Bro, you guys are insane.
Okay, look, I would like to interject here.
She's never had sex. She likes
and I have to give up ice cream. Like I'll give up ice cream.
So you get your fun in. You have your ice cream parties. Okay.
I'd like
if this is someone I see.
She also said I don't want to give up anything I want for someone else, right? Well, what do you think motherhood's going to be?
Okay, you keep saying motherhood.
I didn't say. Okay, what I meant was I'm not going to change how I am because someone I want to pursue doesn't like how I am. I'm just not the right person for them. It's all about preference. So it's like if I'm not the right person for someone, I'm not.
No, hold on a second.
Not everybody wants kids.
I'm trying to interrupt, but this is nonsense. You have this view that when you meet someone, the perfect match is that every in which way that you are should be good enough. What if it's the case that the man who you meet helps you? And what if it's the case that you help that man and his flaws and you help each other? To start with this approach, it's super naive. Okay, I'm granting you some charity because you're 18, but it's very naive to go into relationships and looking at this paradigm through the lens of, I am who I am. Nobody I meet could ever contribute to me in a positive way by me filtering out some of the bad things that I like.
Okay. I understand what you're saying, and I'm not saying that I don't have room to grow and change, and I think other people could help me grow and like change. But if it's something that I enjoy doing, I'm probably not the right person for them. If they want me to stop doing something, so if I'm talking about soccer, if they don't want me to play soccer anymore, probably not the right person for them. Just how I see it.
From what I think in a relationship, also it's when, to me, is putting that person as giving them a priority, and I expect the same from them. So if they want me to stop doing something, and I trust that person, and that's what makes them part of that, makes them a perfect person, is because I trust their judgment, I trust their initiative. If they ask me to stop to do something, I would want to understand why where that is coming from. And if it's something that makes sense for both of us and it's not coming out of an insecurity, then yes, I would comply. I would comply if it's something that's going to make us grow together, if it's going to make us move forward.
Let's swap it for a second. You ladies have probably met many of men who stay up until 3 a.m. Playing video games or something like that.
Oh, yeah. I used to date a video gamer.
Right. So if you thought that maybe giving your opinion about that said, I don't think this is actually good for you, and because it's not good for you, it's not good for us, let's say hypothetically. I'm not even saying I agree with this. I'm just saying from your perspective, wouldn't it be reasonable and justified from your position to say something and say, you know what, even though you like staying up until 3 a.m., what sucks is that we don't have good mornings together. We don't have coffee together and talk and do all these other things that are bonding. You're up late playing video games, and it's actually to the detriment of the next day. If he said to you, well, I'm just doing what I love, and if you don't accept me staying up until 3 a.m. playing video games, then honey, I ain't right for you.
Yes, you can try.
I actually do agree with that statement. If that man truly just wants to be up at 3 a.m. playing video games, and that's like who he believes that he is as a person, then you guys aren't right for each other. I don't think it's like necessarily your place to change who that person is.
Exactly.
But I also think it's not necessarily the gaming. It's not necessarily It's not necessarily the gaming that's the problem. It's the effects of the gaming. So there's a problem from the gaming. So it's them not waking up and having a good morning. What would the problem of me going out be? Because I'm not drinking, I'm not being intimate with anyone. I'm literally just having fun with my friends and being DD.
It just increases your likelihood of being in a dangerous situation.
I'd like to add on to that, though. What are the potential ramifications? Jim Bob said, well, it increases the chances of you being in this situation. Do you want a guy who's a leader?
Yeah.
Do you want a guy who can protect you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want a guy who's a leader, you want a guy who can protect you. Part of men protecting women is through our leadership, we don't want you guys to be put in potentially dangerous situations.
Okay.
So we know that women get roofied at parties and bars and clubs.
And that's why
we know that there's a higher likelihood of her being assaulted in some kind of way, whether physically or otherwise. So
people get shot at the store nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, I was...
Bro, hold on, just to be clear, I've been to Trader Joe's a fuck ton. I've never seen a fight break out in Trader Joe's. Hold on, let me address her thing. I've been to Trader Joe's a bunch. I've never seen a fight break out ever to Trader Joe's.
I've been to the store many times, I've seen fights.
Every time I've been out, and I don't go out anymore, every time I've been out, somebody's getting knocked the fuck out. Every single time
you go to hood rat bars?
I'm going.
I don't understand.
No, here in Santa Barbara, you go to the bars downtown. You go party at the college. There's multiple fights. You can listen. I mean, I never do this, but if you want, listen to the police scanner. People are getting
My dad
knocked
was a
out.
sheriff.
All
Yeah.
this stuff.
He
People are
was
getting into
also
fights.
A security guard. He told me all about the bars, but I've also worked in bars, been in bars. You just have to keep your wits about you.
Why are there bouncers in bars? Why do bars? Have you ever seen a bouncer at a Trader Joe's?
I mean, I've seen security guards. I'm from LA. There's security guards everywhere.
Security guard.
I don't see security guards at. I mean, if
Maybe
you're in
not-
a dangerous
maybe not near
area,
small
typically,
towns with
but
the-
like
you
here
don't
in
need
Santa
'em at-
Barbara, you go to Trader Joe's. There's not a security guard.
LA, there is
You
everywhere.
go to a bar or nightclub, there's a security. There's bouncers.
There's security
Why?
all over the place.
In the
just
Trader
events.
Joe's, the ones in Milpas, the grocery stores in Milpas, they have like a security guard.
Yeah.
But I think that's like a homeless problem. Like
Well,
homeless
Milpas
people.
is kind of a little sketchy area.
But
but-
it's Santa Barbara.
But to your point, like going out, I'd be in danger. So yesterday I got off of work and it was broad daylight and I work by the beach and I went to go see my friends who were also at the beach and I was parallel parking and some guy came up to my window and was trying to open my door and was kissing my window and like being gross and being being creepy.
It happens everywhere.
Sure, I'm not.
Am I
As a woman?
No, but so then with your logic, would it be, okay, so after work, I have to go straight home because I can't put myself in danger? Like, you can be, no, you're making a face, but you said that going out.
It's true, though. As a woman, we're subjected to it 24/7.
Wait a second. Do you think that maybe the chances increase at night for your danger as opposed to just citing this one anecdotal thing during the day that may have happened?
Yeah, I mean, they can increase at night, but also if you're, I don't know, being responsible when you're going
Right.
out, your chances are probably just as high as they
Never
are during
drink
the
open
day.
drinks,
They're-
etc.
No, they're not.
They are. As a woman, you have to put yourself in a woman's perspective,
out
just
with a
like
lot of
how you
friends, so-
say we need to put our mind in a man's perspective when doing jiu-jitsu, right? You know, what is he thinking about? What's a woman thinking about? We can't walk down the street with our headphones in, even in broad daylight. I'm constantly looking around, constantly observant, lock my car as soon as I get in it. I don't care if I'm sitting in my driveway because of how much I've been subject to it.
Okay,
Just the other day at the store.
Super simple question. Is it like pretty much anywhere in the world? Anywhere in the world, is it safer at night or during the day?
Say about day.
Yeah, day is a bit safer, but it can still
Yep,
happen.
daytime safer. Yes, I agree that crime can happen at any time of the day. I agree with you. But nighttime's typically worse. And when it comes to environments where there's alcohol and there's potentially guys who are who knows what they're trying to do, that's
I think if
within
you're a
the
smart
purview.
enough woman to assess the situation, and as long as you're not, getting, shot at or something, it's different. It's something you can control. You can get yourself out of situation. Don't put yourself. You can be in a nightclub and still not put yourself in a bad situation,
Right,
or figure
but
out how to get
I'm
out of it.
giving you the male perspective on one of the reasons why, in terms of our lens of wanting to be protectors, which you guys allege you want, that would be within the purview of leadership and protection. We don't want you putting yourselves in these sorts of dangerous environments. So that's one of the things. But also as it relates to leadership, if we're saying, I don't want you to do this, are you so in order for there to be a leader, there has to be a follower.
I've done a lot of things for guys that say, oh, I don't want you to do this, I don't want you to do that. When it comes to going out, my job requires a lot of going out. Actually, there's a lot of things I need to do as an actress when it comes to going out afterwards or being involved in film festivals or meeting up at bars for different things like that. But
Talent rises to the top. I don't care. You're going to go to the bars. No.
You do have to go out a lot. There's a lot of...
networking is a component.
It's hosted at a lot of venues that are clubs a lot of times.
If you're genuinely talented, you'll rise to the top.
Yeah, and then there's things like, I've just been asked not to do a lot of things in relationships, but even in music videos, you get too close to the guys or something. When I was in a relationship, there was a guy who didn't want me to be next to the guy at all or have any physical contact. And there's been a lot of times where I've been submissive and it still doesn't work out because he's so insecure. No matter what I did, even if I was now I'm just in the music video, getting my picture taken, whatever, he can make up anything. There's times where guys just ask you to do so much and then keep asking for more and more.
Are you saying the guy that you were with was feeling insecure because you were on a music video?
Right, yeah, I was in a music video and I was next to the guy. We basically were a couple in the music video is what it was like. I wasn't like twerking or anything. We were just in the music video as a couple, and then he saw it. He said, oh, I'm not okay with that. I'm not comfortable with it. And I said, okay, well then I won't do that anymore. Like I won't be next. I won't have any physical contact with guys in the music video from now on.
You want to be a big actress or something? Is that like your ideal situation for you?
Right, and I'm comfortable not signing certain contracts saying that, oh, you have to have physical contact or anything like that, because I think it protects us both mutually in the relationship. I wouldn't go on screen and be fully nude, for example, because that's not something I would like either, or have an intimate scene. Yeah, I wouldn't. If I'm in a relationship with somebody, I'm not going to go and kiss someone on screen, and I would sign a contract saying that I'm not going to be intimate with anyone.
Oh, so going back to the leadership thing, y'all want a guy who's a leader, but you're not prepared to be followers. So stop demanding leaders if you're not prepared to follow. And part of following means you got to follow his lead.
But a
feel like
leader, sorry.
So
a leader,
y'all, go ahead.
A leader doesn't command you. It doesn't order you around. That's not the definition of a leader. A leader guides. It doesn't order you. There's a difference, and
Of course,
to
a
being-
leader can tell you what to do.
No. But that's guiding. That's guiding,
yeah.
not ordering. Like sit down.
No, that's a guidance counselor.
It's okay to
That's
have
a female
conversations.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you guys.
That's a guidance counselor. That's not a leader. That's a
Okay,
guidance
there's
counselor.
difference
what's he
between
doing
leading
for her?
and
Sorry, is he
controlling.
paying all of her bills
Guides.
too then, right? He's paying all of her bills and doing all that for her. He's providing everything, right? He's
So
leading and
if he
providing.
if he is, hold on. If he is, what does he get in return?
If he's doing, like I said, I'm fine with doing certain things for a guy when he is doing a lot for me as well and showing that he cares. To me, it's
follow.
okay. Yeah, I'm okay with doing certain things for them. I've like I said, I've laid down a lot of my career opportunities. Things that could. There's things that can enhance your career. You don't have to twerk on screen or whatever, but being even a physical contact, you can't. He didn't want me to put my arm around anybody and taking pictures, like things like that. There's extremes.
I'm guiding you not to go to the club.
Okay.
Okay, so then
I
you
mean,
would
I've
put
dated club
explanation
promoters. I
question.
don't understand.
Bro, stop. She brought up a specific. It's not all about you. We're speaking in generalities here. I get you're involved in the nightlife, whatever. We're speaking in generalities. In her case, she doesn't have any work relation to going out to bars and clubs, so her career is not going to suffer, right?
But her.
So I'm speaking in generalities when I'm making these statements. Like,
But I also, Brian, the definition of leader is a person who leads or commands a group, organization, or country, which would include an individual. So the word command is in the definition of leadership. But that's the difference between men and women. A man would include command, point, direction, lead, and a woman would use the word guidance. Like if Brian and I were like in a discussion and there was like a disagreement and he was like, I command this, you're on this show, I command that you do this, and I go, well, can't you guide me? It wouldn't work. This is not leadership. So men actually can't be leaders of families. They can't be fathers. They can't even be leaders of organizations or anything else without commanding. But the feminist view is that they have to lead in a passive feminine way. So they're kind of like a chick leader. Like, I want a strong man who leads and provides, but I want them to be a chick leader. I want them to lead in a feminine way. You're not going to get the kind of men. You're just going to get a bunch of feminine men if that's leadership to you.
One thing that I would also like to add about this part is like at 18, I might have agreed with that because I was like the exact same way. Like I also wasn't up to any of that stuff, but I still wanted to go out and I would have said the exact same things. But like now at 25, it's like I don't even have the desire to like go out to clubs and bars like that. Like that just doesn't even sound exciting or fun to me. Like the only time I even really want to drink is like, of course there's some exceptions, but like I just want to like stay at home and have like wine and watch anime.
And I totally get that. That's why, like earlier I was saying it's all about preference. And like, so at 25, your preference now is to like stay in. And like, so I'm totally agreeing with you. Like, I probably just wouldn't want to be with someone that doesn't want me to go out now. I mean, further down the line, I'd probably be more open to not going out, but I'm still young and I don't want to put my life like on hold for someone else.
Yeah, and I understand that. It's just like how he was saying in the example of like, if you have the perfect man, would you still want to go to bars and clubs? It's like, there's realistically, there's a ton of ways you can spend time with like your female friends or even like any other thing without going to a bar or a club. Like I personally don't really want to go spend time with my girls at a club. We can do literally anything else. Like even if we're going to like some type of lounge or something like that, like there's so many other things that you can do besides go to a club because clubs are where men go to pick up women. So why would I then insert myself into an environment where all the men are there to pick up women if I'm a woman who isn't able to be picked up?
Yeah.
So to me, the only way I would want to be at like a club is with my boyfriend, but like there's a ton of things I can just go do with my girls. I'm not saying I don't go out with my girls and stuff. I'm just saying that like clubs specifically, I just don't see a reason that a girl in a committed relationship should be at the club.
Yeah, I get that.
Like